need to respond positively today.
Mike Anar kicks this one deep to Vaughn. Vaughn from the 1. And Derek Vaughn breaks through the first wave. And Vaughn forced out of bounds by the kicker up at the 38-yard line. A 38-yard return. Takes the field with Mike Vick at quarterback. The line to protect him: Whitfield, Hallen, McClure, Claridge, and Salam. Backs and receivers: Martin and Mathis on the outsides. The rookie Algie Crumpler gets a start at tight end. They go to a 2 tight end set. Kelly, the other tight end, and Maurice Smith starts at tailback. Good field position for Vick as Mathis goes in motion. And they start on the ground to Maurice Smith. And Dat Wynn gets the toenails, and Coakley gets on top of him. As we look at this Dallas defense, ranked 16th in the NFL, Zellner, Noble, Myers, and Ellis up front. Coakley very hot 2 weeks in a row with touchdowns. Wynn and Steele, the other backers. Edwards and Hawthorne are the corners. Darren Woodson and George Teague, veteran safeties. Vick changing the play here on 2nd and 5. Woodson comes up to blitz, and he does, but they run away from him with Maurice Smith, and Smith off the backside picks up the first down up to midfield. The Atlanta Falcons have been very successful on the opening drive.
Successful on opening drives, and they've outscored opponents 55-3. You're like 28 points, most in the NFL on that first drive. And they've done a great job early. They're hoping that continues today.
So 2 running plays and Falcons first down. And they go to the ground again. Power sweep. 4 more yards for Maurice Smith.
The Cowboy defense hasn't really made an impact early. They're not touching Maurice Smith until he gets onto their side of the line of scrimmage. He's 2-3 yards in to the Dallas Cowboy defense before anybody lays a hand on him.
Smith had 16 carries, 84 yards last week. 3 for 16 here today to start out the opening drive. They go again to Smith, and he runs into Brandon Noble. Stopped for a gain of 1. Pepe Zellner in on that tackle as well.
Take a look at Brandon Noble, Michael Myers, the 2 defensive tackles in the pit, in the middle, making it happen for all the linebackers. Here's Noble right here. He'll get some penetration, as will Michael Myers. Fights off the cut block, gets in and helps make the tackle. Those 2 guys in the middle are allowing the linebackers to flow this year.
A new scheme for the Cowboy defense. 3rd down and 4. No one in the backfield. Vick dumps it, and it's batted away. Looked like Michael Myers got a hand on it, knocked it down. It was intended for Crumpler over the middle, and the Falcons' first series ends up in a punting situation.
First key 3rd down situation. Michael Myers gets the big paw up. More batted balls in the NFL this year than I've seen at any other time. They've told the defensive linemen, now if you're not there, look at the quarterback, time it, and get those hands up. And we've seen more batted balls this year than any other year in the NFL.
Moore to punt to Swinton. Little pressure on Moore. He gets it away. A high catch. Swinton with the fair catch. And he makes it at the 16-yard line. 29-yard punt. No return. Cowboys football. We'll be back in a moment. Cowboys get the ball, their initial possession, and Ryan Leaf getting his first start in the Cowboy uniform. Signed October 12th. He's been working for 4 weeks or so with Wade Wilson, the quarterback's coach, learning the offense. They feel real good about Leaf, and they're evaluating him. Here's his big chance. And they go to Hambrick, and Hambrick up to the 23-yard line where Ronnie Bradford makes the tackle. And let's look at that Cowboy offense. Ranked 29th in the league, last in passing, but it's a good offensive line. And Adams, Allen, Stepnoski, Garmin, and Solomon Page. The Rocket, Ishmael, and Joey Galloway, 2 excellent downfield wide receivers. Hambrick is the starter for Emmitt Smith. Huggins, the fullback, and Jackie Harris is in at tight end. As you see, Emmitt Smith not starting and not playing for the 2nd consecutive week. That's the first time it's ever happened in his 12-year career. 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again, and it's another carry for Troy Hambrick, and Hambrick is very close to the first down. Let's take a look at the Falcons defense. Last in the league giving up yardage. Smith, Dronette, Hall, and Kearney up front. Kearney having a very good year. Crockett, Brooking, and Draft. Active group of linebackers. In the secondary, McBurrows and Bradford, the safeties. Ambrose and Buchanan, as good a tandem as there is in the NFL at corners.
Both offensive squads using one back, 2 tight ends to try to establish the running game.
You see the anemic offense against the porous defense. Is the battle here.
Somebody has to win.
Leaf to throw for the first time, the in route, and it's great coverage over there on the Rocket by Ashley Ambrose.
See Ryan Leaf just a little bit nervous early in the game. He has to relax. He's going to get protection from this offensive line. One of the best. They slowed down the New York Giants pass rush, held Michael Strahan to only 1.5 sacks.
Only.
But you can tell there he sits back. He's got ample time. Don't keep clutching and back and forth. You know what the timing of your routes are. Wait, be patient, and then throw the ball.
2nd and 10. Harris into the backfield. The blitz comes, and Hambrick busts through. Here goes Troy Hambrick. It's going to be a foot race. And he gets down deep into Falcon territory. A 36-yard pickup for Hambrick before Ashley Ambrose runs him down. They caught him in a blitz.
Caught him in the blitz, and all you have to do is put a hat on a hat in the middle. The outside guys come free. Here's Stepnoski blocks back. They're running an OT play or an OY. There's your guy, Jackie Harris. He cuts back. All the flow goes back to where the blockers are going to be. And Hambrick cuts back up the middle. There you see Brookings in chase. Buchanan, Ambrose, who's going to catch him? Ambrose comes in and he makes the catch. But Troy Hambrick, he saw the hole. He had the vision. He found it. He hit the hole with aggressiveness. First down.
Mike Wiley with a carry. And right now, let's go to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Ray and John.
Thank you, JB. And you see 2 of the big players in that game. The season Warner's having. And always good against St. Louis is the Panther tight end Wesley Walls. Hambrick on first down. Bus outside, had a little bit of room, and then it closed quickly as Ronnie Bradford made the play.
Cowboys came back and ran the same play for the big gainer, just ran it to the opposite side. Here's going to be the block back, the pull, and then you're going to have Jackie Harris coming in on the pull too. They just run it the opposite way. This time the defense plays it a little better. Brookings is there. Hambrick again finds the hole. Good vision. Gets to the outside and gets positive yardage.
Dallas drive, the first drive with Ryan Leaf as a starter. 6 plays right now, covering 58 yards. Galloway in motion across the set. Toss to Hambrick. Hambrick to the weak side. Brooking chases him down. A nice play by the linebacker Keith Brooking. First draft choice in 1998 out of Georgia Tech. Brooking, an outstanding football player, having a great year.
Brooking having a great year for the Atlanta Falcons, and many are talking about Brooking making it to the Pro Bowl.
I think he should.
Yeah, I think he should too. The problem is the vote goes to the teams that are winning and to the the players that are playing well. You take a look, Tampa Bay has Brooks. You look up north, Chicago has Brian Urlacher, so you get overshadowed if your team's not winning.
2nd down and 5. Toss again to Hambrick. Hambrick shot cut down by Bradford right at the line. Ronnie Bradford up in the box. Very active here in the initial drive by the Cowboys.
And Bradford, he's up here. He's the safety. He's going to come in and he's going to help make the play. And you can see he's unblocked. Right now, this is where Hambrick has to make the play or Bradford has to make it. Bradford comes in, he settles down, squats, makes the play on Hambrick. If Hambrick can make him miss, he's in the end zone.
Troy Hambrick, 6 carries, 57 yards on this drive. They run the toss to Michael Wiley, and Wiley picks up the first down.
This has to help the confidence of Ryan Leaf.
Well, he's only had to throw one pass this whole drive.
Hey, one pass that was incomplete. You take the look, the battle up top is between Mike Lucky and the defensive end. Hambrick gets around the corner, gets a first down, ducks his head and gets. But yeah, Ryan Leaf, he can relax. They've been trying to establish the running game for the Dallas Cowboys for a long time. And the fact that Ryan Leaf's in there and the threat of going long is in there, you really can't move that eighth guy into the box.
Cowboys came in 5th in the NFL in rushing yardage, and you see why here on their initial drive as Hambrick gets up near the 11-yard line. Bradford again at the bottom of the pile.
And the crux of that running game it's going over the two veterans right now, Stepnoski and Larry Allen, the two veterans in the middle. That's where they're going to concentrate their running efforts. You see Larry on Shane Dronette getting good contact and good punch up into the middle. What they're doing is they're sucking these linebackers in on the run right now. That's going to set up that play-action game. The play-action, linebackers will suck up. It'll create voids behind the linebacker.
11th play of the drive. And it's a counter play, and it's Michael Wiley. Wiley up to the 7-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. And, you know, the Cowboys' rushing game, as good as it is, they've only got 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. One is by quarterback Clint Sterner. The other is by the kicker Tim Cedar on a fake field goal. So they haven't been able to get the ball in the end zone on the ground. And Emmitt Smith, you know, 2nd in the NFL in touchdowns for career. He doesn't have any this year.
And you never would think that about a Dallas Cowboy team. But the fact of the matter is they've come out and they've established the run early here. And the Falcons have to do something. They have to bring that 8th guy into the box. They've got to stunt their defensive linemen. They've got to try to create some havoc in the middle to slow down this Cowboy offense.
11 plays in the drive, 10 of them on the ground for Dallas. They stay on the ground with Leaf on a quarterback draw, and that went nowhere. No. Chris Draft smelled that out. Tackle for a loss.
Quarterback draw, it's the rage in the NFL. Guy, they love to run it. But you get down to the goal line, you get down close, everything's kind of sandwiched. All your safeties, all your linebackers are playing a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. No hole opens up. Henry Crockett, Brooking, they see the play when it develops. They get in and they help make the stop.
Tim Cedar, 9 of 15 on the year, just 5 of 9 in his last 3 games. In a bit of a slump, looking to break out of that. This one, a 28-yarder. The operation is good, and Cedar splits the uprights, and Ryan Leaf's initial drive as a starter comes to points for the Cowboys. They're up 3-0. Bears taking on Tampa Bay. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on Fox. As Derek Vaughn gets up past the 20, hurdles a man, and is down now at the 27-yard line. And we'll take a break. It's 3-0 Dallas. Michael Vick and the Falcons on offense.
And you take a look at the touchdown here from the Dallas Cowboys. What they do is you catch them in a blitz. Stepnoski blocks back. Brookings overflows, and you create a big alley here that Troy Hambrick takes advantage of. Big run by the Dallas Cowboys, and you can see it opens up just for the second, and Hambrick takes it through. There it is right there. Hambrick with the big 36-yard gain. Key play in that touchdown drive.
Mathis in motion. Michael Vick under center. Hands it off to Maurice Smith. Smith with a comeback. Here goes Maurice Smith in a foot race, and Smith runs past George Teague all the way down to the Cowboy 29-yard line. 44 yards for Maurice Smith.
Simple cutback play. That's all it is. Little 47 zone. Starting it on the left side. Cutting it all the way back. The end man of the line of scrimmage. He gets too far up the field. He's too far. He's not helping anybody 6 yards deep into the backfield. It's almost like he's not there. Maurice Smith with the vision. Cuts it back. George Teague. Great hustle. Great tackle to stop Smith from going all the way.
That was Dat Wynn over pursuing, opening that hole. 1st and 10. Falcons on the move. And they go to the ground again, and Smith runs into Wynn this time, and he loses, just gets 3 yards. Let's go to Los Angeles right now, find out what's happening with the Packers. Came early for him, back-to-back.
Well, Lee Snubby died. He's being very active back there in the Chicago secondary.
And Michael Vick ran out of time on the play clock. Didn't like what he saw. Takes the initial timeout for the Falcons. We'll take one as well. 3-0 Dallas. Left here in the first quarter, and it's been all running. You see Hambrick on the left, 61 yards. Smith on the right, 64 yards. Hambrick busted 1 for 36. Smith 1 for 44. We have no passing yards yet in the ball game. And Smith runs into the linebacker, Dat Wynn. The Cowboys bringing a run blitz. Nowhere to go for Maurice Smith.
Dat Wynn sitting, flowing, just looking for where the running back's going to be. You see the impact. There's Dat Wynn right there. The man uncovered, the man not blocked has to make the play. And when that happens, there'll be no gain. But when the man unblocked doesn't make the play, it usually leads to a long gainer.
3rd down and 7. Bob Christian in the backfield with Mike Vick. Vick, straight drop back. Michael Vick can't get away. That's Ellis who got him down. The ball comes loose. There's a flag down as well, and you see Bob McElwee point to the ground. That means it's going to be Cowboys ball down, or I'm sorry, Falcons ball down by contact. And now we have a personal foul. That's what the flag is against the Cowboys, and that'll keep this drive alive.
It's part of Michael Vick being elusive. He escapes the sack, gets a
foul, 15-yard face mask foul, 98 defense, half the distance to the goal line. 1st down.
Greg Ellis.
He gets out and he tries to escape, and he forces Greg Ellis to grab him. Here's Greg Ellis on the bottom of the screen, or the top of the screen, I should say. And Greg Ellis is going to come in. He's going to try to get the pressure in, forcing Michael Vick to go. And there it is right there. Doesn't look like a 15-yarder to me, Ray. Would have been a 5-yarder either way. Atlanta would have come, well, they end up with a 1st down because of the personal foul, but they would have had another down to make things happen.
Crumpler in motion. They toss it outside to Maurice Smith. Smith tries to get the corner, and he runs into Dat Wynn. And Smith and Wynn are becoming acquainted here.
Well, Wynn's going to be the guy. He's going to be the uncovered guy, the guy they allow to flow up and down the football field. So he's the one that's going to have to make plays. When he overflows or when he goes too far, that's when the Dallas Cowboys are going to be in trouble. Here, Wynn just scrapes down the line of scrimmage and takes Smith out.
Boy, all the offense today is via the ground. 141 total yards in the ball game, all of it coming in the running game. Michael Vick, play action. Here we have a complete pass, and that is to Algie Crumpler, and Crumpler is stopped just short, and now it is a touchdown. A late call on the touchdown.
Crumpler stretching out toward the end zone, making it look like a touchdown. They might replay this one, but Algie Crumpler made it look convincing.
Well, he had to break the plane with the football before he went out of bounds.
Notice the play fake. Crumpler will come out of the backfield, fake the cameraman out. Michael Vick, there it is. There's the effort. The referee's out of position to actually make the call, but he looks down. He looked across the field, looked for help. He called it a touchdown. And you see the stretch, you see the players, you see the hit. Can't really tell from that camera angle, but as long as the official calls it a touchdown, that's all that matters. It goes right over the top of the cone.
There it is.
The cone is the end zone. If it goes over the top, inside.
The ruling on the field, and it is a touchdown.
And Dallas will challenge Michael Vick's first career touchdown pass.
Ray, we've seen all the evidence on the replay so far. I don't think there's anything on those replays that's convincing enough to force Bob McElwee to turn this one over. They called it a touchdown on the field.
I think the definitive view is it going over the pylon. Once you break that plane, whether it's as long as your feet are in bounds, it doesn't matter if the ball's stretched out of bounds.
That's right.
Take a couple another looks at this as Bob McElwee makes his way over to the viewfinder.
This play action pass is fake. Everything's on Maurice Smith. Crumpler comes out of the backfield in the full back position. The key is the pylon. the pylon, because I don't think he was out of bounds when he put it over the pylon. And if that ball goes over the top of the pylon or a little bit, any piece of the football inside of that pylon, it's a touchdown.
It can even be outside the pylon as long as he's in bounds.
Yeah.
As long as the feet of Crumpler are in bounds.
And again, here's another Crumpler on the bottom of the
right
screen.
Hits right there. That's touch. Well,
yeah.
Back it up just a hair if we can. See if the knee goes down before the ball goes over.
No, the knee's not down.
I think that's touchdown.
Yeah, the knee's not down, that's for sure. Now, where's the ball going? Does it ever cross? Does it ever cross?
Right.
Does it
now,
ever? Now
it's over.
Now, there's where it would be a touchdown.
Looks like a touchdown to me.
Yeah, and there's not enough evidence to overrule. That's what I look for in this situation. Whenever there's a challenge, I'm looking for how do you overrule it. There's no evidence there that you can overrule that play.
Right, and the qualifier is indisputable visual evidence to overturn.
And that won't happen. Touchdown for Atlanta. Algie Crumpler, he's really been an impact player. They've found a way. They've had to find ways to get him into the ball game, and the way they did it today was they put Bob Christian out, and they started with the 12, the one back, the two tight ends.
And here's Crumpler's like, come on, hurry up. We don't want a challenge.
Kick the field goal.
How about Algie Crumpler?
Kick the extra point.
I had a chance to talk to Algie earlier in the year, and he's a great kid out of Wilmington, North Carolina. His father played, and he was just a breath of fresh air. Intelligent kid, and just gregarious, easygoing, just a lot of fun to talk to.
We asked him how he got his name Algie, and he said his parents were fighting back and forth on the name. He said they came up with a list of 5 names apiece.
Reviewing the play, it is a touchdown.
There you go.
Dallas will be charged.
Tell me about Algernon.
Yeah, they came up with a list of 5 apiece, and the only common name was Algeron. And how that would be the common name in a list of 5 apiece, I don't know, but that's what it was. So that's what they named him, and they call him Algie for short.
Crumpler's second career touchdown. The rookie out of North Carolina puts the Falcons ahead 6-3 pending Jay Feely's extra point.
Well, he catches the ball like the best tight ends in the game, like Wesley Walls. I know Bubba Franks is scoring touchdowns up in Green Bay, Tony Gonzalez in Kansas City. But the thing they really love about this guy is his blocking capabilities.
And the Falcons continue their domination in the first quarter. Feely perfect on extra points on the year, 13 for 13. Knocks another one down, and the Atlanta Falcons take the lead 7-3. Michael Vick's first touchdown pass to that man, Algie Crumpler.
After the Cowboys drive and they kicked the field goal, they did answer with a touchdown.
Feely's kick puts Swinton inside his 5 at the 4-yard line. Reggie Swinton dodges one man, but he can't get away from Hudson, and he's stopped after a 20-yard return. Let's take another look at that big run by Maurice Smith.
And what you're going to see is the defender get up the field. Everything blocks down to create the alley right here, and Maurice Smith takes advantage. He sees it with the vision there. 11 guys doing the right thing. One defender freelancing a little bit, getting up the field too far, creates a long run for Maurice Smith.
Second longest career run for Maurice Smith, a 44-yarder. And Smith on the day, 8 carries, 68 yards. So Ryan Leaf and the Cowboys have the football, set to answer back with 1:45 left here in the first quarter. And Leaf to the air, and that is complete to Ishmael, and Ishmael is lit up immediately by Ronnie Bradford.
The Rocket, nice job catching that ball. We expected to see more of a vertical passing game early. We saw it deep in early, and then Rocket comes in, he runs a little 4-yard slant pass, raised in on coverage, but Ronnie Bradford comes up and makes the stick.
Well, Leaf only threw the ball one time in that first drive, a 12-play drive. They go to the ground again with Hambrick. just short of a first down right now. Let's find out what's going on with the Rams. Here's JB in Los Angeles. Machine boy, when they get Marshall Faulk back in there, it just makes everybody else that much better.
You're exactly correct. Marshall's the guy that makes it happen. Trunk candidate, nice job of substituting, but Carolina's really beat up.
Third down and 1. Hambrick is stuffed in the hole. Keith Brooking came up and made a huge hit. And I believe he's short of the first down. Boy, it looked like he was going to get it, and Brooking come up out of nowhere and laid the wood.
And Brooking was patient. Sat and waited and waited. He saw the cutback. Then he came up and made the stick. A lot of time you see linebackers come in and they'll put their head down. Brooking comes in there with that chest high, the face high. He's looking, and then he lowers the boom on Troy Hambrick. Looked like that play was short.
Brooking, the leading tackler on the Falcons, with 67 coming into the game. He's already got 4 here in the first quarter. And it's about a half a yard short, and the Cowboys are going to have to punt it away. A great play by Keith Brooking. And he's beside himself. He just spit out the mouthpiece.
And he's excited. Here he is right here. Watch the patience he shows. It's front side. Then he comes backside. The blocker was there ready to make a play on him, Huggins, but he cuts backsides and he gets into Hambrick. And there he is right there, taking him up high, corralling him, and taking him to the ground.
That's what you have to do, is tackle high on short yardage and give an assist to Travis Hall. He was down there around the legs.
Like Travis Hall was utilizing that root hog technique.
There you go. Near and dear to your heart.
Oh, yeah.
As Micah Knorr is on to punt it. Darian Gordon back for the Falcons. And they let the time run out here in the first quarter. And that is the end with the score. Atlanta 7, Dallas 3. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Over Dallas here in the Georgia Dome. First play of the second quarter. A Micah Knorr punt. It's been all running in the ball game. Very little passing going on yet as Knorr hammers the punt. That's caught by Gordon at the 29, and Darian Gordon breaks through the first gap. And here goes Darian Gordon, breaks another tackle, and Gordon is brought down by the punter, Micah Knorr, but he gets himself into Cowboy territory. Ray Bentley here with John Jurkovic, and Jurko, all run and no pass makes Jurko a dull boy.
Yeah, it's an anemic passing game. I'm looking at an NFL game in the early 70s, all running. If the run is working, why go to the pass? And that's what's happening right now in this game.
Plus, you have the 2 young quarterbacks, new quarterbacks, I should say. Michael Vick making his first NFL start, and then Ryan Leaf, his first start as a Cowboy. Play it safe with those guys, keep it on the ground.
Just take a look at those passing yards, 6 and 7 yards respectively.
Falcons, a major shift on 1st and 10. Looks like some confusion. And Vick has them in order now. And he'll go to the air. Vick with time, shoots it over the middle. A bullet completed for, or intended for Tony Martin, but that pass had ill intent. That was a rocket.
Yeah, he threw a rocket, and the pass is only about a 12, 13-yard throw to Tony Martin, and he put some juice on it. That went right in the way of the throw in front of Tony Martin, and Tony just saw at the velocity it was traveling. He was happy it got over the hands of that win, but no chance for him to catch that ball at 13 yards with the type of velocity Michael Vick put on it. You need to soften up the throw, lead the receiver.
That's one thing they talk about with Michael Vick, is he needs to discover his touch. Vick 1 of 3 on the day in the shotgun. And there's a touch pass, but that's no good. Incomplete, intended for Martin. That win in the vicinity again.
They're running crossing patterns with Tony Martin and Sean Jefferson across the middle. And the linebackers for the Dallas Cowboys are being physical. They're popping these guys. Tony Martin didn't have a free run across the middle. Cowboys are taking extra special effort to make sure they get a shot in on Tony Martin. And they know Tony Martin went out of last week's game with the sore shoulder. There's one hit. There they go across. There's the second hit. Should have called that one a pass interference if the ball was past the line of scrimmage.
Pass interference or illegal contact. It was past 5 yards as well. And Cowboys got away with it. 3rd and 10. Vick to the corner, overshoots Tony Martin. Good coverage on the play by Hawthorne.
Michael Vick needs to get on the move. Hawthorne right there on Tony Martin, but Michael Vick needs to get on the move. Roll him out a little bit, give him some time. Here's the pass pattern. Martin runs it, doesn't come back towards the quarterback to help create some room, rounds it off and goes to the sideline, makes it a more difficult throw for Michael Vick, but it hit his hands. No excuse. Tony Martin needs to come down with that.
Vick 0 for 3 on that drive, all of them intended for Martin as the pressure's put on Chris Moore. Hangs the punt towards the sidelines, goes out of bounds. Little coffin corner kick. And the Cowboys trail 7-3. Ryan Leaf and company get the ball back. Beautiful day in downtown Atlanta. We're inside the Georgia Dome where the Falcons have a 7-3 lead over the Cowboys. You see Troy Hambrick in the Cowboy huddle. Outstanding first quarter for him. 9 carries, 64 yards. He's kind of taking it and putting it on his back. He's handling the load for the Cowboys. And in Emmitt Smith's absence, he needs to do so. 1st and 10, Leaf goes to the air. Drops it down to the tight end Huggins. Huggins, nice outlet pass by Leaf. Give Huggins 7 yards on the play. There's Emmitt Smith, and you know, there was some question on whether or not he was going to be able to play today. He came out earlier. This is some footage of him this morning, just working, trying to get himself loosened up to see if he could go. Said he could run straight ahead but couldn't cut.
And Emmitt, along with a bunch of other guys, just said
they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you. They will. They always tell you, don't they? What are here for you?
Here goes his replacement, Hambrick, with another big run. And Troy Hambrick all the way down to the 24-yard line. Give Hambrick another 47 yards. He's well over 100 here in the first half.
Hambrick just popping it through the middle, making some people miss. Your defensive line's responsible for what happens through the line of scrimmage. When it gets there, your linebackers need to make plays. Brooking tried to cut backside and make the play. Didn't make it. Hambrick gets out to the side, makes somebody else miss. He's getting down the field. Big gainer for Hambrick. He's making people miss. That's why he's getting these long runs.
10 carries, 111 yards for Troy Hambrick. Cowboys. Big play working for him today, and Wiley steps in for Hambrick on this play and gets it up to the 20-yard line. And for the second time in his career, Troy Hambrick's gone over 100 yards, and we have 12:40 left here in the second quarter. I mean, we're on record pace.
And that credit that goes to Hambrick. He's doing it. He's doing it with his vision, with what he can see, and he's breaking tackles. The more tackles he brings, he's exhausted. It's the first half, and he's exhausted.
If he keeps up this pace, he'll rush for 444 here this afternoon. 2nd and 6, Wiley in for Hambrick at the tailback spot. They go to Michael Wiley. And Wiley goes nowhere. He runs right into Henry Crockett.
The pursuit. They're starting to bring the pursuit. Going to make it happen with guys getting to the ball. If one misses, somebody else is there ready to make the play. And there's everybody. Henry Crockett with the big hit on Huggins.
You can't play linebacker any better than that.
Ow. And that's what happens to most linebackers is they can't take the hit and make the play. And there you see Henry Crockett make the hit on Huggins, come in and also make the tackle. Well, that's a cruncher right there.
That was a beauty, Henry Crockett.
Great.
Leaf on the screen to Wiley. Wiley stumbles and gets nowhere on that one. It's Ed Jasper falling over the legs of Michael Wiley. And so the Cowboys, after the big run by Hambrick, they take him out of the game and they can't get anything going, and now they're going to have to try and kick a field goal.
The timing of that play was disrupted once Wiley hit the deck. The minute he hit the deck and tried to get up, that allowed the defensive line to pursue and make the tackle.
You see Tim Cedar good from 28 earlier. This one coming from 39. High snap. Good concentration by Cedar as Randy Chevier's snap is high. Micah Noor got it down. Cedar kicks it through, and it's 7-6 Falcons. Ball on the tee, and Noor did a great job catching that errant snap from Chevier and getting it down. Give him the credit for those 3 points for the Cowboys.
And that's the problem right now with their kicking game. It's not Cedar, the coaches say, but it's the snap.
And Chevier, who punts, kicks off, and he gets it to Vaughn at the 2. Derek Vaughn gets caught up in the mix and then gets stopped after a 20-yard return, and the Atlanta Falcons have a 1-point lead over the Cowboys with 10:33 to go here in the first half.
Game has started with the center and the holder. It's not the kicker's fault, but right here Noor does a great job of coming down with the high snap, catches the back end of the football, gets it down. Cedar kicks the field goal to help the Cowboys score 3 more.
There's Randy Chevier on the left side. He's the long snapper, and Micah Noor saved Chevier's bacon. 1st and 10. Michael Vick hands it off to Maurice Smith, and Smith tries the right side, and he gets caught in the backfield by Greg Ellis. Nice play by Ellis. And the average rush per play today, 8 yards on the ground. I mean, why throw it when you're getting 8 times a tote? 8 yards a tote.
And offensively, you look at those numbers and they're gaudy, and you have to have big runs for those numbers to be gaudy. Defensively, the coaches are on the sidelines and they're going crazy. 8 yards per rush, big running plays. You guys are driving me nuts. I can't call defenses if you can't go out there and make tackles.
Yeah, Smith has had a 44-yard run and a 36-yard run for the Falcons. On 2nd down, Michael Vick down and shoots it over the middle, and that's complete. And going to be short of the 1st down. That's his tight end Reggie Kelly on the receiving end of that one.
Short passing game. Michael Vick puts a lot of velocity on the ball.
Kelly's staying down. They have called an injury timeout to look at Reggie Kelly.
Well, Michael Vick throwing the ball, you really can't catch it in your chest because you'll end up with little crosses on your chest from the edge of the ball.
And it's 7-6 Falcons. We'll take an injury timeout. He got his knee twisted. He got his ankle landed on his knee twisted on that last play. So he's being looked at, attended to on the sideline as the Falcons are looking at a 3rd down and 1. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd downs so far in this ball game. Nowhere to go for Bob Christian. Penetration from a blitzing Darren Woodson stops it up.
Kozlowski in on his first play, goes into short motion, comes back across, and the blitzing Dallas Cowboys. Right here's Kozlowski, and you'll see Woodson. They'll come in off that corner, and they get into the defensive backfield, and nothing Brian Kozlowski can do. He's got to go, and he's got to take the defensive lineman first. Byron French, he's got to make him, and he's got to pick him up. And once he picks him up, Darren Woodson's free to make the play.
A nice job by Frisch getting the penetration, taking on the blocker, allowing Woodson to make the play. And Chris Moore hammers a nice punt to Reggie Swinton. Swinton on the run. Swinton makes one man miss and gets it up to the 44-yard line. A 39-yard punt, a 13-yard return, and the Cowboys will take over on their own 44. It's the new show everyone's been talking about, the best damn sports show, period. It's the new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan and a bunch of ex-jocks who really know the game. Critics are calling it the show that's a collision of sports and comedy. It's just what you've been waiting for. Introducing the best damn sports show, period, weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30 p.m. only on Fox Sports Net.
That's one of the funniest shows on TV.
You
John
like that, though?
Kruk
You should.
and Tom Arnold make me just die.
You know, I could see that being a Yurko kind of show.
Comedians, the two of them.
Leaf hands to Hambrick on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go for Hambrick on this delayed draw. And Troy Hambrick, filling in for the injured Emmitt Smith, has been outstanding so far today. 11 carries, 112 yards, and here's how he's done it. He's
been able to break tackles early on the line of scrimmage, which has opened him up to make big plays. But it's the vision. He sees the holes. The play is supposed to go outside. He sees an area to run through. He'll cut it back and he'll take it through. His vision, his tackle breaking prowess is allowing him to get into the defensive backfield and make big gainers.
And Hambrick's a little nicked himself. He's got a sore shoulder that kept him out of some practice earlier this week. And now the Cowboys run out of time on the play clock. They use their second timeout. We'll take one as well. 7:36 to go here in the first half. 7-6 Falcons.
I'm sure he's frustrated. He can't be happy with the fact that he's not playing football.
Second down and 8. Ryan Leaf back to throw. Throws that in route complete for the first down. Joey Galloway's first catch of the day.
Galloway, the wide receiver, running his route and coming back to the ball. See him trying to run Ray Buchanan off, stops, and now he starts coming back to the ball. If he stands still, waits for the ball, Buchanan cuts in front, he makes the interception. He's a veteran, Joey Galloway. He knows what he's doing out there.
Galloway had his biggest day as a Cowboy last week against the New York Giants with 73 receiving yards. You know, the injuries have just killed him since he's come to Dallas. He hasn't been able to produce. And now Leaf trips in the backfield, can't make the handoff, and falls down.
And that comes with being new, being back there on the turf, not knowing exactly where Hambrick's going to be. He may be used to, handing the ball to Smith, but one of his offensive linemen steps on him.
I think Stepnoski got the step.
Yeah, Step started shooting back a little bit, trying to get the leverage on the defensive lineman. He stepped on his own guy. Sets up a 2nd and 14 situation. Not ideal for an offense.
A step.
A double step.
A 2-step. Report on Reggie Kelly. He's out with that sprained right ankle and sprained knee. His return is questionable as Leaf throws it high outside, trying to hit Ishmael. And Ashley Ambrose is right there to force the incompletion.
Leaf trying to get his timing down, trying to get the timing down. You can see the perimeter receiver, he'll run 17 and he'll come back to the ball, and Leaf fires the pass but just doesn't connect in time. The ball's high, the Rocket goes up to get it, but when he was running full speed didn't have enough time to collect and get up to get the ball.
Well, I think Ishmael's got to make that catch. I think that's a great throw by Leaf. Put it right in the right spot. Rocket's got to go. He got both hands on it, make the play. Third down. Complete over the middle to Cheverini. It's 3rd and 15, so it's going to be a 4th down coming up for the Cowboys.
Darren Cheverini coming over from Cleveland at the beginning of the season, getting a chance to play. Scored his first touchdown last week, but he comes in motion across the field. The Falcons, they back up. They know it's 3rd and long. They allow the short crossing pattern in the middle, knowing that it's not going to hurt them. They break up on the short stuff. They make the tackle. Sets up a 4th down situation, and the Cowboys are punting.
To punt. Gordon back at his 10-yard line to receive. A nice high punt from Knorr, and Gordon makes the fair catch right there at the 14-yard line. A 27-yard punt, but it is inside the 20. And Dan Reeves coaching against the Cowboys. He's a former Cowboy himself. A young Dan Reeves played for Dallas from 1965 to 1972. Look at the moves there. And then on the flea flicker, Reeves show you he's multi-talented. Stands back and throws to Bambi, who is
Lance Allworth. Bambi, that's Lance Allworth.
That's the Bambi. And of course, he learned coaching from the legend Tom Landry.
A lot of shake and bake. A lot of shake and bake in Dan Reeves' game.
Quite a player in his day. And his Falcons have a 1-point lead over the Cowboys here, and they keep it on the ground. And Maurice Smith bottled up at the 19-yard line. Tackle on the play by Michael Myers.
And both teams are committed to the running game here. The Falcons come out, and they're going to keep it on the ground. They're up 7-6. They wouldn't mind taking this lead into halftime, into the locker room. So they're going to keep it on the ground, see if they can't keep pounding it out, make this the last possession of the half.
Smith with 10 carries, 74 yards on the day as Michael Vick only thrown the ball 6 times. He tosses it outside to Smith. And again, Michael Myers there to meet Maurice Smith.
This is where you've got to give Michael Vick the opportunity to go around the perimeter, to roll out a little bit, give him a couple of options of where he can go. Well, we saw Algie Crumpler score the touchdown pass. Let's fake it into the line of scrimmage. Let's let him roll out. He can hit the tight end that's short. He can hit the one crossing deep, or he could use hit one of his better weapons, the legs, and let's see if he can't run for a first down.
3rd down and 3. Vick from the shotgun. Now the official stops the play. And it's going to be a timeout taken by the Atlanta Falcons, their 2nd timeout. And one of the Cowboys that making a homecoming of sorts, Pepe Zellner, defensive lineman who grew up in Forsyth, Georgia. And he said Pepe had to buy 75 tickets today. And here's the profile on him. And the nickname is Pepe, but it comes from Le Pew.
Pepe, his grandma called him Little Stinker, and that all came from Pepe Le Pew, the little skunk on those the
Warner Brothers cartoons.
Those Warner Brothers cartoons, Pepe Le Pew. So they called him Little Stinker, and his grandma still today calls him Little Stinker.
Well, he's not so little anymore. But Zellner playing very well in his 3rd year out of Fort Valley State. Tied for the lead on the team with 3 sacks. It's 3rd and 3, and Vick goes back to the shotgun. Cowboys fake the blitz. Vick overshoots Terrence Mathis, and he had a little too much heat on that one. If Mathis caught that football, he had a lot of room to run. Vick's a little frustrated with himself.
Ample acreage for Terrence Mathis to take off and run. But again, Vick gets the snap, he corrals it, he brings it down. He just fires the ball. It's a catchable pass. We've talked about catchable balls. That is a catchable ball. There's no excuse for Terrence Mathis not to come down with that. Can it be a softer throw? Sure, but no excuse for a wide receiver not to come down with that pass.
4th punt of the day for Chris Moore. Looking to hang this one high. Angles it towards the sideline. And the ball is knocked loose. And this would be Falcons football. Looked like it hit Swinton in the back. Semino comes up with it. And a big break for the Atlanta Falcons.
Scott Lynn was blocking the personal protector on the near side of the field. And he came off the personal protector. And you'll see him right here, number 21. Scotty Lynn comes off the personal protector. It's Swinton. The ball goes off the 2 of them. And they're on the spot to recover. Semino and Stewart on the spot, and they recover for the Atlanta Falcons. The receiver has to be making the Peter call. Swinton has to be telling the guys, get out of the way, I'm coming. It's short. It's his job to notify his own players of where the ball is because they're not looking at the ball. And once Scott Lynn sees the fact that Swinton's there, he tries to avoid him, but it's too late.
Big break for the Falcons, 1st and 10. Vick goes to the air right away and completes this one outside to Terrence Mathis.
Well, we've been waiting for the first break in the game, the first turnover in the game, and it happens in the special teams in the punting game. Poor Reggie Swinton. But it's his responsibility to call people off.
I think it's a twofold deal. You know, Scott's got to know where things are too.
Well, he's got to know.
It's a tough deal on a short punt.
Sure,
he's
right. Certainly got to know where his return man is.
First career fumble recovery for Semino sets the Falcons up in the Cowboy 35, 2nd and 5. Vick on the draw, hands it to Smith, and Smith runs into Dexter Coakley, and there's nowhere to go.
The delayed draw doesn't fool the Cowboys. 2nd and 5. It's one of those situations you can run or pass. Linebackers were sitting on a defensive lineman sitting on the draw. Cowboys pursue, they make the tackle.
Dexter Coakley on the left of your screen. And he's having a great year.
Yeah, Coakley's having a great year. Christian's the blocker there that doesn't get a hat on anyone. He's confused with all the players flowing. Dexter Coakley, 2 interceptions the last 2 weeks, both returned for touchdowns.
Falcons 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversion. Fumble. Ball is loose. It's going to be picked up by the Cowboys. That's Darren Woodson.
A lot of Cowboy fans in the Georgia Dome cheering for that Michael Vick fumble. I've been looking for Michael Vick to get involved in the game, to use his legs. They use him there. They run the quarterback draw, and they're bringing him in, and the hole's there. Again, Christian caught up in the line of scrimmage. He should be putting a hat on the linebacker. He doesn't get through. But Michael Vick learned how to protect the ball. They teach guys that in high school. They teach it in college. 3 points of pressure on that football. Don't carry it away from the body. There he is. He's carrying it away from the body. Isel Reese with the big hit forces the fumble.
There was back-to-back turnovers. Cowboys in business their own 48. Leaf all day to throw, and now he dumps it off underneath, and now the flag comes down. Haven't seen too many of those as Hambrick gets run over by Crockett.
And when that flag comes down from one of those linesmen on the side, they're watching the tackles. They're watching for what's going on with the tackles.
And holding is the preliminary call against the Cowboys.
Well, Dave Campbell can't be
Illegal
happy.
hands to the face. Number 77, offense. 10 yards, 1st down.
Solomon Page, the guilty party.
And here's big Solomon Page on this side. He's working on Kearney and protecting on the inside. You see, he just gets the hands up in the face. It doesn't take much for the official to see it. You can put it there early. If you remove it, they won't call the penalty. But if you get it there and you don't remove it, they're going to call that penalty.
And we're going to run into the 2-minute warning here in Atlanta with the Falcons up 7-6. Cowboys with the football. Be back in a moment. Ticker will have up to the second stats. All that coming up on the Visa halftime report. Cowboys facing a 1st down and 20 with 2 minutes to go. Michael Wiley in the backfield behind Ryan Leaf. Leaf 5 of 7 for 29 yards on the day. Pitches it out to Wiley. And Wiley has run out of bounds. No gain. Good play on the perimeter. And we had a play previously where there was nowhere to go with the football. Ryan Leaf had all day. Can't find a receiver.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf is sitting back and he's looking for receivers. But the Atlanta Falcons are doing a job. They're in cover 3. It's a soft cover 3. And you can tell they've got the perimeter back here. There's no wide receivers open. Ryan's looking. He can't find open receivers. He's got to go to the check down. But that's the favorite coverage of the Atlanta Falcons. It's that cover 3. And if you're not going to force multiple people down lanes, you're not going to be able to beat the Falcons.
They go to the ground with Wiley, and Wiley gets the corner. And Michael Wiley breaks a tackle. Here he goes. And Michael Wiley is stopped down at the 2-yard line by Ashley Ambrose. 59 more yards rushing for the Cowboys.
Everybody getting their chance with the Dallas Cowboys. Wiley pops it through the middle. Ray Buchanan can't make the tackle on the side. I have a feeling if he would have cut back toward the outside, he'd have been in good shape.
They called him in the blitz again.
Blitz again, and it's the same play that was successful early. It's the OY play, where the off guard, the backside tackle. Wiley breaks the tackle on the perimeter, but they found success with that play. They've run it 4 times today. 3 of those 4 times it's been successful.
First and goal, Ryan Leaf. Bootleg. Wide open is Harris in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas.
There it is. Play action pass. Fake the dive up into the middle. Force the linebackers into a conflict of assignment. What they're trying to do. Hit a wide open tight end. We got the big guy down. Flozell Adams. Bodies piled up in there. He might have got caught up in the mix.
And Michael Wiley celebrating his touchdown as Flozell Adams is down on the field being tended to.
Right.
Take a look at it and see if we can see what happened to Flozell.
Flozell's next to Larry Adams. He should be right here in the middle or on the left side here. There he is. Big 76. He's getting up, getting up, getting up. Can't really see anybody hitting him. Might have happened on the impact of the play when he took the defender on.
Now they're looking at the knee. It's, you know, when you see a man laying there like that and they're talking to him, you worry first about the neck.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a knee situation. That's what's being tended to now. The big left knee of.
Look at the size of that brace.
Flozell Adams.
He's protected pretty well with that brace. So this may be a pre-existing condition that Flozell brought into the game that had bothered him.
Jackie Harris, first touchdown of the season on the play action bootleg from Ryan Leaf.
There's Jackie. He's cutting in the middle. He looks like he's going to go block. Comes back out. And Bradford's in coverage. He doesn't get back. There's Jackie Harris with the touchdown. Ryan Leaf talked how he's really had a tremendous chemistry with Jackie Harris. Jackie Harris had all those great years with the Packers when Brett Favre first got there. Went on to Tampa Bay, and it was a so-so career for him. Moved into Tennessee with the Titans, the Houston Oilers and the Tennessee Titans at that time. And now comes to Dallas and is making an impact.
Jackie Harris, a Pine Bluff, Arkansas native. His first touchdown of the season. Ryan Leaf's first touchdown pass as a Dallas Cowboy. And Flozell Adams gets a round of applause as he works his way off the field with some help.
Yeah, with that brace on there, I didn't see much contact in the middle. That brace on, he may have been nursing something, and he aggravated it there on the goal line.
Looks like he's getting better with every step. I don't know how much help those two fellas are giving Flozell.
They can't even reach his armpits. They can't even support the weight he's putting on that leg. I've been carted off the field a couple of times, and that's a terrible feeling. And the fact of the matter, anytime a guy goes down, he can get up and he can walk off the field. You know, that's a victory right there for a player.
So Tim Cedar comes on to attempt the extra point. 55 seconds left here in the first half. Cowboys take advantage of a turnover, a Michael Vick fumble recovered by George Teague. They turn it into a Jackie Harris touchdown reception from Ryan Leaf. Tim Cedar adds the extra point, and the Cowboys take a 13-7 lead. Stick around. Coming up, we'll have the Visa halftime report. JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league. Fox Sports Ticker will get you up to date on the stats, up to the second stats, all coming up on the Visa halftime report. And the Atlanta Falcons trailing now by 6 with 55 seconds left to go here in the first half. And you look at the standings, and the Falcons are still in the mix. This is a huge game for them. You have San Francisco playing New Orleans later on today, part of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. St. Louis all over Carolina. Last we saw 21-0. So Atlanta needs to come back and make something happen. And in the NFC East, the Cowboys still in there, just 2 games out with 9 to play. That's by no means an undoable task. So both these teams, despite losing records, are still in the hunt for the postseason.
And Atlanta needs to move up because 3 teams are going to make from the playoffs from the NFC West. Only 1 team, it looks like, will make the playoffs from the NFC East. The other 2 coming from the Central as you look at it early on.
Micah Nora kicks it to Vaughn at the 1. Derek Vaughn rides it up to the 21 before he's knocked down. A 20-yard return for Vaughn. And the last 4 possessions for the Atlanta Falcons have been fruitless.
3-3-3-3. Threes are wild for the Atlanta Falcons. When you see too many threes, it's not good. Fumble last time by Michael Vick when they had the ball in Dallas territory, and 3 punts previous to that. They're just not sustaining the drives. Again, I think they got to put the ball in Michael's hands. They ran early. They ran successfully early. Now you've got to use the athleticism of Michael Vick and try to make things happen for your squad.
We'll see what they do. Vick with 1 timeout. 49 seconds. Ball at his own 21. Looks like a screen or a draw situation. And Vick brought down for the second time, a sack, this one by Michael Myers.
Michael Vick leading the team in the 2-minute drill. Michael Myers running a stunt in the middle. He happens to get free. He's tenacious and he keeps going after Michael Vick. And Michael just shuffled. Once that pressure breaks through, you need to scoot. You need to scatter. And it looks like now they're huddling up, the Atlanta Falcons, and they're going to let the clock run out.
And I think it's a good move with a young quarterback. And
you're only down 6.
Down 6, tight football game.
You don't want to make another mistake, and you almost fumbled the ball on the last play.
So they'll hand it off to Bob Christian, and Christian gives a piggyback ride to Darren Woodson. And that'll mark the end of the first half here in Atlanta. And the story of this one has been the ground game. 184 yards rushing for the Dallas Cowboys, 79 yards rushing for the Atlanta Falcons. Not much going on in the air. Ryan Leaf 6 of 8 for 32 yards and the 1 touchdown. Michael Vick 3 of 8 for 21 yards and his touchdown. So you've got a grand total of 16 passing attempts in this ball game thus far.
And it's Hambrick and Wiley right now doing it for the Dallas Cowboys, each coming up with big runs of their own. Maurice Smith on the other side. If that's the only success they've had, I've been calling for Vick. Get the ball to Smith.
That's the end of the first half with the score. The Dallas Cowboys 13, Atlanta 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue. JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will be along for the Visa halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.